Thank you for being with us. Our top story tonight, President Joe Biden says Ukraine's future lies in NATO. He made that comment at the last day of the NATO Summit in Lithuania, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky welcomed fresh pledges of weapons and ammunition. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, President Joe Biden, who met with Ukrainian President Zelensky today, also promised long-term commitments to Ukraine's security, including helping Ukraine build a strong, capable defense across land, air, and sea to deter any and all threats.
President Joe Biden and NATO counterparts wrap up a two-day summit with pledges of long-term support for Ukraine.
Today, the members of the G7 are launching a joint declaration of support for Ukraine to make it clear that our support will last long into the future.
And while there's no offer of Ukraine's protection under the alliance's security umbrella,
allies all agreed to lift the requirements for membership action plan for Ukraine and to create a path to NATO membership while Ukraine continues to make progress on necessary reforms.
Standing alongside President Biden and other leaders, Ukrainian President Zelensky, who wanted firmer commitments on his country's path toward NATO membership. Yesterday, critical of that not happening, but today, thankful for security guarantees.
Ukrainian delegation is bringing home significant security victory for the Ukraine, for our country, for our people, for our children. It opens for us absolutely new security opportunities.
The alliance also launched a new forum for deepening ties with Ukraine, the NATO-Ukraine Council, where the alliance's 31 members and Ukraine can hold consultations and call for meetings in emergency situations. Part of NATO's effort to bring Ukraine as close as possible to the military alliance without actually joining it. Later, President Biden delivered a speech at Vilnius University.
NATO is stronger, more energized, and yes, more united than ever in its history.
Reacting to the NATO Summit developments, Moscow, the Kremlin considering plans by G7 nations to offer Ukraine security guarantees to be, quote, extremely ill-judged and potentially very dangerous.
President Biden's next stop, Finland, NATO's newest member. He'll meet with Nordic leaders and then return to the U.S., where today he got some positive news on inflation. It's cooled off a little bit more, but it's still above the Federal Reserve's target rate. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.